Hey guys, what's up? It's NuclearVideosHD and it's time for Character of the Week, Episode 8. But before we begin, I just wanted to mention that my Simpsons Tapped Out Top 10s videos are out. And not to brag, but they're pretty amazing. I had no clue that I could edit stuff together that well. But, it's kind of inspiring me to make all my videos somewhat like that, on the lines of editing and background music, actual HD videos, stuff like that. Because I kind of agree that I've been sort of half-assing my videos up until this point, and they can be so much better. So I'm truly putting in the time to deliver the best content possible, and with summer on its way, it's going to be a hell of a new era for my channel. Enjoy! Now we're going to determine which character to talk about using SpinPick, an application on AppZilla 3. And it looks like the lucky character is character number 8. And the 8th character on the list is Mr. Burns, making him Character of the Week. Now, Mr. Burns is a pretty interesting character. There's just a few odd things about him that I find kind of weird. One of them being is that his regular Mr. Burns costume does not feature a task for the Burns Manor, which is kind of weird. And, don't you guys find it a little annoying when a character comes out and then months later the building that character should have come with comes out and then they have no tasks for it? It kind of bugs me. I need to think of an example. Krusty and the Krusty Lou Studios, that's a good example. Krusty doesn't have any tasks at all that have anything to do with the Krusty Lou Studios. Like, you'd think that he'd have at least one task, which would be go and do a show at the Krusty Lou Studio. I don't know, but same thing with Mr. Burns. Like, the only way you can get him to go into the Burns Manor is if you own his Fruit Batman costume, which is his 24-hour task, soothe his welts and bruises. Nothing too special there. So Mr. Burns is a pretty interesting character. He comes with the nuclear power plant, the control building, I believe. Maybe the control building. I know it's been a while since I've had him. Either the control building or the reactor core. No, the cooling towers. I think he comes with the cooling towers. Sorry, I'm kind of rusty on my... I've had him for so long, but he features a 45-second task, which is fire random employees, a 60-minute task, which is brisk constitutionally, a 4-hour task, which is read from the Necronomicon. I don't know what that is. If anyone can tell me, thanks. He can hide nuclear waste for 8 hours, ride the Ferris wheel for 10 hours, which is his brand new task that came out with the Squidpore update. He can walk the hounds for 12 hours, and he can run the plant for 24. Now, if you have his Fruit Batman costume, he can pose in front of the mirror for a 60-minute task over at the Springfield nuclear power plant. He can fly like a decrepit superhero, which he just flaps around and sits on the sidewalk. He can rehearse heroic lines, which I'm not sure where he goes for that. He can practice punching out a cook. He just stands in this He just stands in the street and swings around and stuff. And like I said, he can soothe his welts and bruises over at the Burns Manor. Now I can show you what he looks like if he goes into the nuclear power plant. And pretty cool. The nuclear power plant is actually a really interesting building because it takes 3 parts to build. I've pretty much perfected mine to just an amazing power plant. I have his vehicle, his limousine over here parked in the corner, which is pretty cool. And then, his manor, or his nuclear power plant. His manor's over here, which is pretty nice. And Mr. Burns is featured on a few different decorations, one being the Supreme Excellence statue that we got in the level 24 yard sale, which is a naked Mr. Smithers dressed as Mercury with a Medusa version of Mr. Burns' head, and the other being his Fruit Batman signal, which there's a bunch over here at the Krusty Lou Studios. They don't do anything except for you click on them and they glow up, which is pretty cool. Sorry if I missed any decorations with Mr. Burns. Anyway, he's not yet at the power plant. He's taking his sweet merry time. He is brisking constitutionally, and it's pretty cool that it'd be kind of weird if you just separated all the nuclear power plant buildings, like you put them all in separate parts of your towns. I don't know. But when he goes in there, the reactor, the cooling towers turn on and smoke comes out, which is a really cool building animation. When you click on his building, the alarm goes off, but it's kind of weird because since I think the Whacking Day update, buildings won't make the sound, or non-task earning buildings won't make sounds if you click on them, which is kind of stupid. This includes Moe's, the police station, the school, and the nuclear power plant, and the retirement home never had a building sound. Pretty much any building that you can spray paint or does not earn income tax. Now, like I said, Mr. Burns' only task for the Burns Manor is to soothe his welts and bruises, which is a part of his Fruit Batman costume, and he's going there now. Mr. Burns' mansion was such a cool building when it came out. It earned so much money and it took so long to get the tax. It takes 2 days to get income tax. That is a long time. So Mr. Burns is walking there like the heroic hero he is. Now he's gonna go in there walking sideways, and his Burns Manor animation is just this weird buzzard that looks like Mr. Burns, which is weird because I don't remember that from an episode at all. Just flies out from the dome, I guess you'll call it, and perches up on the roof, which is pretty cool. And I don't know why I'm showing you guys this building animation, considering that it's Smithers, but I guess it's Mr. Burns' house, so I guess we'll include him in there anyway. So there's not really much I can tell you guys about Mr. Burns. He's been here for a while. There's not really much that he does. He is featured in tons and tons of quest lines, though, so that's a pretty important part of his, character description. He has sort of a big role in the Squidport. Not really. He can pretty much just shop at the Turban Outfitters and all those other stores, which is pretty cool, but he's a talking character, so who's complaining? So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching and subscribe. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.